Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to my review of the Jeo-Tec Model 1. That's that knife there. You're at the We All Juggle Knives channel, by the way. That is me waving to you. Welcome, welcome, what's up? Welcome all subscribers and viewers to this knife review. The steel on this is N690 CO stainless steel, and it is a true full tang design. The blade length is 4 1/2 inches, and there you see it in hand. It fits my size hand very well. I wear a large size in gloves. We're going to do a lot with this knife, but first, the sheath. There is the belt loop, has some belt slits there as well. There is a tie down. It has a diagonal retaining strap with a snap closure. It also has a secondary pocket, and it comes with that sharpening stone, which I have not needed to use yet, but it's a nice freebie. It also comes with that fire steel. And it also comes with a striker, which I have removed from the fire steel because I'm just going to use the spine of the knife as my striker, as you will see. But that's a pretty nice sheath. I mean, it does hold the knife securely, and it's just a very attractive leather sheath. Alright, first task. Here I am using the spine of the knife to generate sparks on that fire steel that it came with. I do prefer a longer fire steel because it just makes it easier. However, this was free, okay? And as you can see, it works well in starting the fire. And the spine of the knife is well sharp enough to generate sparks on the fire steel. And you could also use the spine of that knife to scrape things, so you could make like bark scrapings, as it were. Alright, so that good sharp spine just means that I don't have to carry that striker, so just one less extra thing that I have to carry out there. Alright, here I am drawing it down, a shard of that firewood. So this knife came very sharp, and it's definitely suitable for carving, for whittling, for notching, and just woodwork, and all your bushcraft type needs, definitely. Now this is manufactured in Spain, right? Jeo-Tec is a Spanish brand, and I'm very familiar with that brand, and with other Spanish brands as well, such as CUDEMAN. Yeah, so there's some good stuff coming out of Spain. Joker has been recommended to me as well, but yeah, Spain is making some good blades these days. It is a center of quality knife production, you know, competing with Italy, Japan, and the USA. And that N690, that stainless steel, that is an Austrian stainless steel that is quite popular in Spanish knives, Italian knives, and basically European knives because, well, I guess they're close to the source. Now this knife model has several different handle scale options, right? This one has some beautiful wood scales, but they sell this same knife with micarta scales as well. And actually the wooden scale one is currently sold out last time I checked, but you can get the micarta ones. Alright, so we carved a steak, did a good job. Next task, yes, taking pieces of wood and making them into thinner pieces of wood. You can make some kindling with this knife, or you can size different pieces of wood to make them as thick or thin as you need for carving them into whatever you need. Now, I don't put too much stock in batoning, but it is good to show that the knife can take a beating, right? So this knife definitely can take a bit of a pounding, and in a short amount of time, that was a highlight reel, made a lot of kindling. So this knife is a fairly pointed knife, and I don't know if you need your outdoors knife to be able to stab the crap out of things, but just in case you do, oh yes, just pretend that log is an insurgent or whatnot. And this is pointed enough that you can stick it deep enough that you can support the whole weight of that log without it falling off. I mean, and that is kind of a heavy log, so there you go. Cutting up meat, raw meat, with this knife. Yes, oh, by the way, this is the manliest video ever because we had batoning, we stabbed a log, and now we're cutting up raw meat, and I'm just going to eat this meat raw. No, I'm not. I have not gone raw carnivore. This is a nice steak, though. I usually don't even cut up a steak. I usually just cook the steak and then just eat it with my hands like some sort of lion eating a gazelle's liver or something. But note how sharp this is. This came super duper sharp. It cuts cleanly. So if you have to cut up meat out there, maybe you're a hunter, maybe you have to cut up some game, butcher some game, or maybe you want to have a camp cookout and you just bring your own meat when you're camping, this is excellent for slicing through organic matter. And I'm probably going to use this meat to make beef stew or maybe a delicious stir fry. Next task, here I am putting some notches into some wood. So this is pretty good for all your bushcrafty type stuff, just practicing my notches on a notch stick. The blade length on this is 4.5 inches, so not too big, not too small, and it is a drop point, right? And it is a little extra wide, like especially if you were to compare it to a Mora of similar length. It's a little wider, definitely thicker, heavier. It's very robust, right? It's very well built. So there are your notches. Here is the initial sharpness when I first got the knife. Yeah, they did a great job on the edge. I have to say, Jeo-Tec, they give you an extremely sharp knife right out of the box, so great edge on that. This has an extended tang that you can use to hammer things. You can also use it as a glass breaker or a window breaker if that became necessary, but you can also you can pound stakes with it. You can hammer markers into the dirt. Right, so that's a pretty useful little feature. Here's a comparison with other Jeo-Tec knives that I have reviewed previously and are now in my collection. Yes, the magic of editing. So from the left we have the Model 37, the Model 39, the Model 21, the Model 1, and the Model 3. Yeah, Jeo-Tec makes some quality blades and they offer you lots of different options in terms of the length of the knife, the blade shape, different handle materials, different grinds. So in the text description box, I will list their full line of knives they have available, and you can browse those at your leisure. So what are my final thoughts on this Jeo-Tec Model 1? Well, very strong construction. It can definitely do real work and take a beating. Very attractive handle scales and liners. Definitely. I like the sheath. I like that they give you a fire steel and it works well. The blade length is not too long but not too short, so a nice intermediate mid-sized fixed blade, and it came very sharp. It is definitely a knife to consider if you need a general purpose outdoors fixed blade. It is a little pricey right now, but like I said, the wood scale model has already sold out, so people are liking these. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like videos like this where I give you information about an item and demonstrate some of its functions, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Check out the text description box and the links that are contained there, not only for Jeo-Tecs, but lots of useful goodies that you may like. Those links do help support the channel, and I appreciate you using them. This has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.